Congratulations on this film. I almost feel like it's the equivalent of Charlize Theron's Monster, in that it tells a gripping story and allows all of you to transform yourselves. Sydney, let me start with you. You really, I've encountered you without your knowledge several times in other situations, and you move very fluidly. In this one, you not only changed your outsides, but you changed how you move in every scene. Talk about what that required.
I mean, I definitely physically transformed for Christy. It was a physical, mental, emotional transformation. I worked for like 2.5 months beforehand with a boxing coach and a weight trainer, and I put on 35 pounds, and I trained every single day. And then I, of course, had Christy by my side, so she worked with me on some technique, and then I got to ask her about life, and there was tons of videos and interviews and fight videos and her documentary and books out there, so there was a lot of content and material that I could study.
But I'm talking not just in the boxing room. You're very fluid, and I think maybe because of your sports background, you move in a different way. Mm-hmm. Does that stay with you afterwards? Did you find yourself like, you know?
Sometimes I think that I don't even realize it.
Interesting.
That I'm doing it. There's a lot of times where I don't even remember filming a scene. I'll watch something back and I don't remember doing it at all. And I think that all the preparation going into a character kind of allows me to not think about it, and I just become that person, and I'm not planning anything. I'm not sitting there analyzing, be like, okay, I'm gonna move like this. It kind of just happens.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you the second question quickly. I was recently bullied badly on social media, and I was surprised how I responded emotionally. And I know you went through something similar. You handled it with such aplomb. I wondered if acting in something like this, where you really need to be balanced and in control of you, informed how you move through those situations and life generally.
Well, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that.
Me too. And you.
Yeah. I learned so much about myself through Christy. I learned how to be Christy strong and stand up for myself and navigate different situations. But I think what's important is we know who we are. Our close friends know who we are, and people around us that love us and care for us and we love know who we are and know that we're good people, and that's all that matters. All those outside voices, they don't know who we actually are.
Well, you inspired me. This is your story, and what struck me was the power base between gender dynamics. Young girls are raised to please, say yes, and support. And even though you were the star, your character manages to dominate and control. I was wondering, as you were navigating that in real life, were you desperate for help? Did you understand what was happening, or were you just trying to get through?
That's a tough one. But so as a young person, I feel I was very strong. I was athletic. I was pretty smart. I did okay in school. Had positives. But then I ran into this feeling of attraction for another woman, and that wasn't accepted. So then you start to try to balance this strong person with this person that needs to hide. And that's the game that I played for a long time. And that was played up until really marrying Jim Martin. And then that was hiding. And finally, I decided I needed to be true to me, knowing that he had already told me for 20 years he would kill me if ever I left. But I had lived so long in that situation where it didn't matter to me. And then I was going to not let him win. So I was not going to let him kill me.
I also have to congratulate you, of course, on your incredible athleticism. What is it like to be in a ring and know that you are dominating everything?
There is no better feeling. And I say that knocking someone out is the greatest high ever. Yeah.
It's not something...
That is strong. When
yes,
you feel very strong from that.
Very powerful.
Emotionally, mentally. You can see I'm liking it. I'm like, yeah, I think I should do that again.
You see, I don't like to be hurt, so I could never go there. Ben, we've talked for more than a decade that you don't like to discuss how you get to something. But when you are portraying this kind of character, I would imagine it infiltrates you. So can you just talk a little bit about the weight of this character and maybe what it did to you while you were in it?
Being aware of how many men and women suffer behind closed doors without a career. It makes my job easier to get a mindset to be in service of telling that story, because there is a playbook, and I don't think abusers or relationships are given a manual on how to break someone down. And the man that Christy was married to, who was a manager and for 20 years, this man was coming, I believe what I learned was it has to come from such insecurity and fear. And that fear, which is its own endemic in our culture, is what fuels so many bullies, politically or at home. And Christy's story is about how do you get out.
Thank you. Because this is such a serious movie, can we just end on a really fun note? What was the first thing you did when you completed this to shed the weight and celebrate the joy of life and this accomplishment, which is really special?
We threw a really fun rap party for the entire crew at the bar that we shot the scene where we were playing pool together, and David put together a fun sizzle reel to show everybody, and we were cheering, we were crying, everyone was drinking together, we were having a really good time.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.